Hi, Ben here from Trout Fly Fishing, and today we're going to be talking about how to choose a fly rod. Over the years, we've done a lot of videos reviewing fly rods and talking about species-specific rods, but we've never done a general video, and that's what we're going to do today. We know that choosing a fly rod can be an intimidating process, especially if you've never even held a fly rod. So in this 5-part video series, we're gonna take down those barriers and make sure that you can choose the right fly rod every single time. And while we're gonna start with the absolute basics for every beginner, this video series is gonna take choosing a fly rod to the next level. We're gonna go really in depth into topics like line weight and length to make sure that you have the knowledge to prepare you for any fishing expedition. But before we do a deep dive into each of these topics, if you're an absolute beginner, I want to make it really easy for you. And quite simply, if you're fishing for trout, you should buy a 9-foot 5 weight. And that'll probably hold true for panfish and other similarly sized fish as well. It's simply the most common sized rod, and it works really well for your first trout rod. On the other hand, if you're saltwater fly fishing, you're probably going to want a 9-foot 8 weight. It's a super versatile rod that's going to work really well for species from snook to striped bass to salmon to steelhead and lots of others. The 9-foot 8 weight is a great rod for anyone who is getting into fly fishing but is not in the northern half of the country and fishing for trout. This video is supported 100% by your purchases at Trident Fly Fishing. So if you're in the market for some new tackle, check us out at tridentflyfishing.com. And of course, if you're fishing for something that's in between a striped bass and a trout, you're probably going to want an in-between size rod, which would be something like a 9-foot 6 weight or a 9-foot 7 weight. And we've got great detailed species-specific videos right here on our YouTube channel that goes into great depth about all of those other species. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to make sure that you don't miss out on those great videos. And last but not least, to make things incredibly easy for you, I've included a chart in the description below that's gonna make choosing that fly rod really easy. All you'll have to do is look up what you're fishing for, and we'll give you the right rod to choose. But of course, if you wanna dial it in, I always recommend giving us a call here at Trident at 888-413-5211 or emailing us 24/7 at support@tridentflyfishing.com, because we've got a great staff here that would love to help you choose your first fly rod or your 10th fly rod. This is what we do all day long, and we can take all of the guesswork out of it. Now, let's dive a little deeper. In our next video, we're going to be talking about line weight, which is one of the most confusing, least understood parts about choosing a fly rod, but we're going to make it really easy for you.